What is guys, hi once again, and I'm coming at you guys with another content of Cookie Run Kingdom, and this time around it is going to be another arena video. However, we are going to be using Pinecone as well as Caramel Arrow in this team. So you guys haven't seen Caramel Arrow in a long time inside of a arena comp video. So here we go guys, let me share with you guys another speed comp that I've been testing out and having good results with. So here we go, let me show you guys the topping real quick. It's going to be 5 of the searing raspberry here for Pinecone. It is exactly the same as it was with the previous video where we did the hyper tank carry, right? So that's going to be the same one here where Financier is going to be giving Pinecone the shield buff. Alright, so most important here is going to be 2.8% at least for the cooldown, the damage resist, as well as some extra attack if you guys can get that going. But here we go, next one is going to be our Financier with 5 of the Swift Chocolate here guys, of course with the 20% cooldown if you guys can get to that. If not, at least a 17.3%. I do recommend near 20%. And then the damage resist focus, as well as if you can get some HP attack and whatever the other subsets you guys can, that definitely helps out. Next one is going to be our Caramel Arrow with 5 of the solid almond here guys, and the reason why we're going with 5 solid almond here is because of the fact that Financier is giving the shield buff to Pinecone. Alright, so you need Caramel Arrow to survive, so that's why we went with the damage resist, no extra cooldown, but the attack speed is very important because Caramel Arrow does need to receive the enchanted robe buff as well. And then the next one is going to be our Sherbet here. Sherbet is using 5 of the solid almond, and the same reasoning for the reason why Caramel Arrow is also using 5 solid almond. You need Sherbet to survive since Financier is shielding our Pinecone. Alright, and then near about 8% cooldown is very good, and then the damage resist focus is going to be a very crucial substat. And the last one is going to be our BTS with the 24.1% at least for the cooldown if you guys can get it. That's usually the best thing in order to get the healing that you guys need as a single healer team, and then crit, attack, and the attack speed will definitely all help out. And just like a speed comp, you also need the enchanted robe in order to give it to the Caramel Arrow as well as Pinecone, Scroll, and the Jelly Watch. And here we go guys, let me show you guys this team in action against some of the teams. Alright guys, so here we go, we got the Caramel Arrow as well as the Pinecone here, and we got the enchanted robe against a 2-2-1 comp here against the Scythe. Let's see how well we do. And here we go. So we do have Purple Yam as well as Financier, Caviar, and Black Pearl in the enemy team. And definitely Caramel Arrow is going to be able to deal a ton of damage to the front line, and Pinecone is able to deal with the back line, and Sherbet is just able to just kind of deal with everybody, right? So you really see Caramel Arrow dealing with front, Pinecone dealing with back, Sherbet doing the extra damage, and this definitely helps us out in really dealing with the 2-2-1 comps. In reality, I would say it really works well. Of course, if there's an herb though, then definitely herb does counter this team. So against any of the double tank, double DPS comps, I believe that this comp really works well. And you can see Pinecone is definitely doing a lot of damage here with this Financier shield and the buffs, enchanted robe, full searing raspberry, while Caramel Arrow is still doing a ton of damage, 2 million to deal with tanks. Here we go guys, another 2-2-1 comp with the feather this time. Let's go. And here we go. Once again, it's the same exact team this time around again with Purple Yam and Financier, Captain Caviar, Black Pearl. You can see right there, right? Pinecone's able to deal a ton of damage to the back lane, while Caramel Arrow is dealing with the middle lane, and Sherbet is just slowing all of them down. It really just works. Like it synergizes really well, especially with the enchanted robe buff. Something that I would have wanted to try out would have been something like using Eclair instead of Sherbet here, but Sherbet's frost debuff is very important for Pinecone, so that's the reason why we are still using Sherbet here instead of Eclair. And here we go, one-on-one against the Purple Yam. Purple Yam popped the buff right there with the magic candy. Hopefully we can kill off Purple Yam here with the next transformation, and it seems like we are going to be able to. So Pinecone, a 1v1 against a tank, no problem. They are a tank themselves. 5.6 million damage, 2 million damage from our Caramel Arrow, as well as 1 million damage. And you can see that the self-healing, and on top of that, BTS healing on the side, you really don't need the double healer. Alright, definitely herb helps out, but it does leave some damage, out, as well as some tanking out. And this team definitely works really well against the 2-2-1 once again. Alright guys, so here we go. We got this team as well, but it seems like it's going to be a Pinecone and an herb. This team does kind of struggle against herb teams because of the Purify and the Caramel Arrows not being able to deal damage. But still, let's see how well we do. So you're going to be able to see that Sherbet is going to do a bunch of frost debuffs on our Caramel Arrow. However, as she jumps to the backs and uses her skill, all of those frost debuffs are going to disappear. And on top of that, anytime Sherbet uses their skill or onto Caramel Arrow, she is not going to get any frost debuff stacks onto her. Alright, so definitely without even having herb, you have a way to get rid of that frost debuff. Of course, the other ones like our Pinecone, Sherbet, and Financier does not have a way to deal with it, and that is the reason why I would say going up against a 2-1-2 where there is an herb is not the best way to go. Alright, so as you guys see, even though we deal pretty good damage with an herb, the extra heal that they have and the Purify is a very bad team to go up against if you're using the Caramel Arrow comp here. Alright guys, so here we go. And this time around it's going to be a 1-2-2, but you can see that it is not going to be an herb here because Black Pro's there, so we're going to go against this team. Alright guys, so this time around they are using Sorbet as well as Clotted Cream. So gotta see how well we do against this team. I've never really versed Clotted Cream on top of a Sorbet, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of result we're going to be able to see here. But we did get rid of the Black Pro super quickly. Seems like our Financier very close of dying but not dead yet. Alright, and yeah, it seems like we're doing pretty well. Definitely close because of the fact that, you know, they both do so much damage to tanks, and Financier not having a full solid almond does take a lot of damage, but not a problem. Pinecone, Caramel Arrow, as well as Sherbet are able to just kind of burst through them. Alright, so there you go. Close to 4 million damage by Pinecone once again. Here we go guys, one last battle against a single tank as well as double DPS, maybe a double healer. Let's see how well we do. And here we go. And it is going to be the Vampire, you know, Clotted Cream this time around. Sherbet did take it, not a problem. You know, Sherbet has that 5 solid almond, allowing them to, you know, not take as much damage. This time around, Financier took it because of the Clotted Cream skill. Not a problem now. Financier is still strong enough. And here we go. Financier did die, but our Sherbet now is able to deal a ton of damage. Pinecone just nuking them. And we're just going to be able to clean it off here. And there we go. Easy victory. Financier just did her job by tanking everything. And there you go. 3 million damage from Pinecone, 2 million damage from Caramel, as well as 1.2 million damage from Sherbet. So there you guys go, a 2-2-1 comp here with Caramel Arrow and Pinecone. It's a lot of people asked, hey, HyRool, can you use Pinecone as well as Caramel Arrow together? So I tried it out. It's pretty good, I have to say, especially against the 2-2-1 comps. It does perform really, really well. And of course, some of the 1-2-2 comps where there is no real herb. So if you guys do see an herb, or you think it's going to be an herb team where, you know, they have something like Sherbet with herb. I don't have the team right now, but if you guys see a Financier, Pinecone, Sherbet, herb, and BTS, something very similar to that, then I definitely do recommend you guys stay away from it, because it is going to be a counter to the Sherbet Frost as well as Caramel Arrow's arrow debuff. Anyways guys, hope you guys found the video helpful. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of the team comp, how is it working for you guys, and if you guys have any questions, also leave it down in the comments below. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.